Shalom, Rainicorns. It's Ellie here. No, not a star in the street. We got 2 likes and 1 viewer. Y'all, that's wild. I love the Rainicorns. Y'all some real ones. Okay, so this is like one of the juicy topics, and like I'm gonna amp it up, as far as talk about relationships a little bit, because the thing is, it's not about relationships. And I am skating, so I'm just vibing right now. Okay, I hit a rock, but it's not about relationships, because the thing is, people get relationships misconstrued. Okay, relationships are not about who you smashing and for how long you're smashing them. It's literally about, hey, this is my life partner, and this is who I'm raising my kids with. This is who I'm starting a business with. This is who I am building my dynasty with. Okay, Shalom Ak, y'all. We got Rollo in the chat. Much appreciation to you. And like for it's Rollo and Ringo TV Raw, or Black Male Advice TV. He has a few channels, so he has a multitude that you could subscribe to. And I don't know about New Breed. I don't know how old he is, but those brothers, they're in their 40s and whatnot. So it's like they can give you a lot more wisdom for the guys. You want to learn about being a husband and everything like that. Me, I got my story. I got, my testimony to share, as far as, going through a divorce and whatnot, and now finding myself in a polygynous marriage. And I'm like, it's really exciting. I don't talk too much about, my husband and sister wife, or our kids too much. I don't even post them on social media. I only post them on social media if they post on social media. So, that's one of the things. People got to learn how to be private. And that goes into the topic of today. All through 2020, bro. And the reason it's 2020 is because that was when, my ex made it official that he wanted to leave all the way. And I was like, okay. I tried. I said we could be poly, you and your girlfriend. And he was like, well, she's not okay with that. And I was like, well, I'm your wife. I said, I'm okay with it. That doesn't make sense, but okay. You want to do what she says do? Okay. I ain't got no choice but to let you do you. And she's also a human being, aka gentile. They just had a baby. So all I can do is wish them well in whatever situation they have going on and move on with my life. So it is what it is. But after he made that official, I'm not going to sit up here and cat with you guys and be like, oh, I've been celibate for 2 years straight. No, I'm not finna lie to you. I went through my little thing, because, I got married very young. I got married at 19, because I my entire life, I've always been very serious about being a wife and a mother. But I took a road with a particular person, and they weren't ready for that. And that's okay. For the gods and goddesses, y'all understand. For my Hebrews and whatnot, there's different verses in the Bible that tell you about divorce. And that's one of the things that the Christian church never taught us. One of the reasons I stayed in my relationship so long was because I thought it was a sin to get divorced. Where in the Bible, it clearly tells you, even in the New Testament and in the Old Testament, where a divorce is, something that you are able to do considering the circumstances. A lot of people say that they get divorced because of finances, or because what's it called, lack of interest in each other, something like that, some dumb shit. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You say you love this person and whatnot. We were unequally yoked. So when we were on our spiritual journey and everything, he didn't want to do the things and implement our ways. He wanted the benefits of it. Like, he liked looking cool with the crystals and all that extra stuff. But when it came to actually implementing, fatherhood and being a husband, it's like it was an imbalance of feminine and masculine energy. I would have to be extra masculine because he was so feminine. And that's not talking bad about him. I'm just saying that's what it was. It would be like an example I just told my friend about the other day. Literally, there's this one time I was walking out of a bubble tea shop with my bubble tea in my hand. And I'm not gonna lie, there is these sexy dudes walking. I see them and I quickly turn my head Because I was just like, whoa, that's a lot for me. So I just turned my head around. And isn't it usual for females to be like, oh, are you looking at that girl's butt? I saw you looking at her butt. And usually a dude is like staring at it, or they're not, they're looking at something else and her butt happened to be there in that, in the peripheral or whatnot. But no, I visibly turned my head away. And then I get in the car and my ex is like, were you looking at those two dudes? And I was like, my fault where I messed up in that situation was I said no. The thing is, I was, but I recognized, my thoughts. Like, I was like, no. So I quickly turned my head around. He was like, well, it looked like you looked away from them. And in my head, I'm like, okay, that is what happened, but shouldn't you be happy that I looked away? Like, I walked straight to the car. It's not like I stopped to talk to them and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm in the car with you and my son. Like, I don't know. So that's the thing. It was an imbalance of masculine and feminine energy within us. So fast forward, I'm single or whatever, and I'm doing my thing. And that's the thing too, when it comes to females talking about subjects like this and like body counts and stuff, I thought my body count was high. I was like, I'm with a total of 10 dudes. Let me just, just take a bow and get out of this lifestyle or whatever. I'm learning that a lot of females are having a lot of that. And I'm not here to judge or be like, shame on you. It's like, you got to really look at yourself. Because it's like, at the time, I had a little thing going on with two guys. And any dude who would hit my DM or whatever, they would always be like, do you have an OnlyFans? And I'm like, no, I do not have an OnlyFans. I never had an OnlyFans. And it's like, well, why would they ask me that question? I'm not going to sit up here and get upset and be like, why you going to ask me why I got an OnlyFans? You shouldn't even ask me that question. No. Because if you look in my history, like Instagram, or even if you know different people in my city in Memphis or whatnot, I have a history of professional modeling. So even though I'm wearing this cute outfit given to me by my sister wife, I would model stuff like this. This would be something I would take pictures in, and this would be something I would rock on a runway. That's my life growing up. So, I'm cute. I get it. People ask me if I had an OnlyFans, and it's fine. But like, the answer is no. But the thing is, why is it the fact that dudes were so ready to ask if I had an OnlyFans? Because the thing is, it wasn't like bringing it up in conversation just to be like, oh, okay, well, this is where I work. Oh, this is what I do. What else do you do? Oh, okay, do you have an OnlyFans? Oh, okay, is that part of your business? Like, it wasn't like that. It was, you're sexy. Where can I sign up? Where can I subscribe? Like, that's where their minds were. And like I said, I was never mad at them for bringing up that question, because it's just like, I know how I look. Okay, I get on camera in my pajamas for a reason. I don't want people to just like know how I look all the time. But today I'm feeling great. So I decided to do this video with this topic, and also get back on the topic of it being like, okay, so we're in this culture now. There is no more trying to find here's the thing. For the girls my age, I just turned 24 it's February 1st now. So 2 months ago, I just turned 24. Oh, what's up, y'all? I have not been reading the comments. I'm gonna get to y'all in a minute. I'll get to y'all in a minute. But yeah, my life is very interesting, and I want to tell y'all more. It's just I know a lot of folks ain't ready, because I don't look like I'd have the type of stories that I have, but it's okay. But we're in a space now where more than likely, dudes, if you do get married, you're going to be marrying a single mom or somebody who has, a past, and that's just how it is for right now. Now, my hope is that the other girls in their 20s, I do know a couple of, aqualoths, a couple of goddesses, a couple of females who are around my age, who actually do understand polygyny and having like a solid marriage. And we're all, in a space of working on ourselves and our relationships and whatnot, instead of it being like, oh, F these dudes, or that argument where females like to be like, oh, well, if a man can have more than one woman, I got more than one man. Stop being stupid. That's not how it works. Like, I'm just being straight up. That's not how it works. Like, I broke down the mathematics a little bit in my polygyny video where I said, polygyny, let's talk about it. So, you got one dude, right? And he has 3 wives. Each of those 3 wives has 3 kids, right? One of the wives, she can be, the homeschooler, the one who's teaching, like, how things work within the world and within, the heavens, the universe, the firmament, all that. And, you have another wife who's very, very good at cooking and preparing meals, so that's her primary and whatnot. You have another wife that's very good at business, and, all of them do housework with the kids. That's it. The business wife helps the man bring in the money and whatnot, along with helping the other wives with raising the children and keeping the house clean and whatnot. So it's as simple as that. You got 9 kids, 3 wives, and 1 husband. And that makes perfect sense. Now, you can't do that as a female with 3 dudes. That's not how it works. That's simply not how it works. Like, I don't know what a lot of females be thinking about when it comes to that. You got to think about the mathematics. You got to think about how, to logically have a family with a multitude of parents in the right way. You can't have more than one dad. And here's the thing, when it comes to the step parent thing, when it comes to, guys marrying single moms, that's the only case where a child will have more than one dad. And that's just because of the culture we're in. We're not supposed to even be in a situation like that. I was able to go into my last marriage how I wanted to. I was a virgin. Nobody had been within my womb. So that was how I wanted to start off my life. I didn't want to be a single mom and have to get remarried. That was never my intention in life. But it is what it is. So you gotta face the facts of how we are in our current everyday culture. But with all that being said, though, forget the kids. Do she got an OnlyFans, though? Do she got an OnlyFans? Did she used to do porn? Like, you got to really not only ask yourself these questions, but if you find out. Because the thing is, not everybody's as open as me. Because I understand the chakras. I understand karma. I understand when Christians say fear the Lord, what it means is fear the karma that you put out if it's negative. You got to have that context if it's negative, okay? If you're putting out bad seeds, you're going to get bad produce. You're going to get weeds. You're going to get bad stuff. So if you sow good seeds, you're going to get good fruit. It's as simple as that. So if my man asks me a question, I'm going to tell him. Like, I'm not finna lie to him or keep, like, certain things away from him and whatnot. Because it's like, I do have my past as far as, like, online stuff. I was a cam girl for, like, a week. Because my ex, he was down on his luck. He wasn't making a lot of money at his job. And I wanted to make more money because I was at home trying to, do the whole housewife thing and be at home. But I recognized he wasn't able to cover all the bills without me having a job. So I was trying to do that. But I only did it for like a week. I got $20. And I was like, forget that. And I wore a mask too. I was like, yeah, I'm not letting my identity get out there or anything. Like, no, y'all ain't going to tie me to this. It's just like... And then even with that, I told him about it. I was like, I kept this from you for a week. I made $20 and that's it. He was like, okay. And that was literally it. So am I proud of myself for that? No. But it is part of my story. That is something. So I can understand the OnlyFans girls. I can understand why they do what they do. They don't think, well, it's a mixture of things. They're with guys, like I said. My man wasn't making enough money to pay all of our bills. So they're with guys like that. Or they're single. And then considering the whole COVID thing that happened, folks was getting fired left and right. So, I understand it. Do I condone it? No. Do I encourage it? No. That's not something that I support for our sisters to do. It's a whole different story when it comes to Gentile women and human beings. They can do whatever they want. I don't really have a standard to set for them. I just know that our women, consider, it's Black History Month and everything. So I'm going to be on one. I'm going to be on one all month. Like, I got the skates and the afro, bro. Y'all know the vibes. Listen, y'all know the vibes, okay? Don't pretend that you don't know the vibes, bro. But yeah, we're in a space where it's like, but let me finish my other statement. I don't really have a standard set for Gentile women and human being women, because there's this other narrative floating around where our men are encouraged to go to the other side of being with, human beings and Gentile women. And, while I dislike it, like I said, I understand it. For whatever reason, our gods and goddesses, our carbonated females, our neuromelanated females got this attitude. I know about the attitude. I have a Black mother. I have Black aunties. I got Black cousins. I ain't finna pretend like I don't know what's up. Okay? I know what it is. So if they decide to make that decision, that's because they don't want to deal with the stereotypical Black woman. And I get that. Do I like it? No. Because that makes me unhappy. It's like, dang, that means our people are so out of whack that we can't even be together. That's sad. That's actually sad. And when you really think about it, it's extremely sad. There's no other word to describe it. But yeah, the whole having a past online, the OnlyFans thing. A lot of females did what they had to do for the time, but the problem is they got so wrapped up in it that now it's their lifestyle and they can't get out of it. And I understood that from way before. One of my childhood friends, she's a human being, a Gentile. She's a stripper. So her lifestyle is being a feature entertainer. It's not necessarily that she can't do anything else. It's just her growing up, she was a gymnast, and she kept getting a lot of injuries. And when you get a certain amount of injuries, they don't allow you to compete professionally anymore. So her story actually is kind of sad, but because she couldn't do her art the way that she wanted to do it in a professional arena due to her injuries, she became a stripper, because that's one of the only ways you can express, basically, what's it called? Flexibility, dancing, and all that. Now, I would say to her, you should start a YouTube channel and, do your own thing, but it's the fast cash. That's what I'm saying when it comes to the OnlyFans girls. It's the fast money. You get wrapped up in the lifestyle. Plus, some people actually do like the sexiness. They like the whole feeling of being around the sex industry. So that's a whole different story. That's a whole different entity. So that's why I'm like, I was in entertainment myself. And I am. It's just I had to go away for a bit. Now I'm back, type of thing. That's what the industry is. That's what a lot of these industries are. You can't even find certain companies to work with without you having to sleep with somebody. You got to turn down major dollars because you don't want to give up your body, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. I'm telling you, you genuinely just have to be okay with being I would have made $10,000 last week, but I did not want to fuck that dude. You literally just have to be okay with it and keep it pushing. It is what it is. I wouldn't tell you this if I didn't do it myself. A lot of people want to be, singers, actresses, all that stuff, and they'll sell their souls for it. Not even get that far. You ain't finna be Beyonce. You ain't finna be Beyonce. You just not. Even if you sing better than her, you're not gonna be her. So even when they tell you that, and even when you do sell your soul, you start, sucking dick, getting fucked by dudes, participating in basically porn and everything, just to get lied to. Did y'all forget that Satan is a deceiver? That's the thing. This is the thing. Satan is a deceiver. So when you do things to sell your soul for money, basically, or fame or whatever, you're not gonna get, like, you're gonna get scammed at the end of the day. You're gonna get scammed, and you're not gonna get what you actually want. And it is what it is. So that's why it's like, okay, when you come to terms with that, for my ladies, when you come to terms with that, revisit the topic of polygyny, simply because we're in a time right now where it's not even like an option of it being like, oh, I could live that lifestyle, or oh, maybe I want to live that lifestyle. No, there's almost no single dudes and even when it comes to single dudes, right? Okay, what was this? This was in 2021, after 2020, after the whole do you have an OnlyFans thing, all that going on. Okay, I know for me, I have to be with an older man. Now, my husband's 11 years older than me. My sister wife is also like 10 years older than me. So, I was talking to older dudes in early 2021. When I tell y'all, they literally laughed at me for wanting to be in a marriage, in a serious relationship. Like, I'm talking about dudes either 30 or hitting 30 or 31 laughing at me because I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a marriage.